I heard this ancient Persian ballad of Bahram. Which is just so moving and heartbreaking, where it looks like they're calling for help from India.
So it's basically saying, when will a courier come from India? Come and give us the message that King Bahram is coming with 1,000 elephants. Bahram from the family of Kavi. That's what the song says. It's a dynasty. And then it says that send an interpreter to India and tell them what we are facing from the Arabs. We are being humiliated. Our way of life has been taken away. Our men are being killed. They're scorning us. They're ridiculing us. And worship of fire, everything that we do is being taken away from us. So send somebody, come and save us from this.
So this was during the Arab invasion of Persia, right?
Yes. In the 7th century, when Persia fell to the Arabs, that is when Zoroastrianism, the religion of the Sassanid kings, they were the last pre-Islamic empire. So they were all taken down and the religion was taken away from them. The way of life was taken away, which was their identity, right? Fire worship, the holy book that they had, the Zend Avesta, all that was taken away from them.
So who is Bahram here? Is he a Zoroastrian?
The Persian god of victory, Varatragna. I think Bahram comes from that. It's derived from that. And there are also some kings named Bahram. And the main imagery is that these are all brave kings. And it's also a messianic figure. Bahram has to come and save them. That is the
It also
message.
sounds like veer, like brave.
Yes, ancient Sanskrit and ancient Persian were very similar.
So why is India mentioned in the song?
So India is a place where many of the kings escaped to. I mean, when they went in the eastern direction towards India and also China, a number of these Sassanid kings, when they were invaded, they went to the east with the hope that they can bring military forces and free Persia from the Arabs. That is what comes out in this song.
And then eventually also after the fall of the Persian Empire in the 8th century, you see a lot of them did flee to India to escape this persecution. And so many of them still until today are still practicing Zoroastrianism in India. They have temples, you see temples dedicated to the practice of their religion, and they're thriving.
It's a beautiful story of how India has saved the Zoroastrian religion, saved it from extinction and allowed it to thrive in India. It's a minority, of course, but it's given full freedom to practice.
The prayers of the ballad were actually answered.
Yes.
If you want to see more of such videos, don't forget to follow Samyu Speaks.